Welcome to qnawire.
With an angular velocity of 60 radians per second. And then in this question, we need to determine the velocity of slider C at the instance when theta equals to 60 degrees and phi equals to 45 degrees. Okay, and then after that, we need to sketch the position of bar BC when theta equals to 30 degrees, 60 degrees, and 90 degrees to show the general plane motion. Okay, so first we write down what we know. So we are given that omega AB is 60k radians per second. So we can find VB. Okay, this is equal to omega AB cross R, position vector of B relative to A. Okay, so this is equal to 60k. And then from the diagram, the position vector of B relative to A is 0.3 meters minus cosine theta I plus sine theta J. Okay. Okay, again, this is our coordinate system. Okay. And then, yeah, and the origin is at A. Okay. In this case, after then multiply, we get 18 minus sine theta I minus cosine theta J. Okay, so k cross I gives j, so with a minus sign gives minus j, k cross j gives minus I. Okay, and then we have vc equals to vb. This is the relative velocity equation. Vc equals to vb plus omega bc cross r, position vector of c relative to b. Okay, then so here we can write down our BC to be moving downward, because as the link AB rotates counterclockwise, we expect C to move down. Okay, so so the VC vector will be minus VCJ, and then VB will just be the thing that we obtained before, 18 minus sine theta I minus cosine theta J. Okay, and then omega BC will just be omega BC in the K direction cross the position vector of C relative to B, which is 0.6 minus cosine phi I minus sine phi J. Okay, and then this is equal to do the algebra, minus 18 sine theta I minus cosine theta J plus 0.6 omega BC sine phi I minus cosine phi J. Okay, and you group the like terms together, so you have minus 18 sine theta plus 0.6 omega BC sine phi, this whole thing in the I direction, plus minus 18 cosine theta minus 0.6 omega BC cosine phi J in the J direction. Okay, then we'll be comparing components. So then in the X direction, so we have 0.6 omega BC sine 45 degrees equals to 18 sine 60 degrees. Okay, so we note that theta is 60 degrees, phi is 45 degrees. Okay, so we can write down this equation. Then our omega BC will just be 36.7 radians per second. Okay, so this is the answer for omega BC. Then we'll find we compare the y components. Okay, so in the y component we have minus vc equals to, okay, minus vcj. So minus vc is equal to this, to this part. Okay, we have minus 18 cosine 60 degrees minus 0.6 omega bc cosine 45 degrees. Okay, so you can take out the minus sign, right? Then you can find that vc is equal to 24.6 meters per second. So the vc vector will just be minus 24.6 j meters per second. Okay, then this is the general plane motion for the whole situation. Okay, yeah, so the blue line is when the angle is 30 degrees, the black line is when theta is 60 degrees, and then the red line is when theta is 90 degrees. Okay, so just to recall, the VC is 24.6 meters per second, and then that's all for this question.